our NBA segment this week. Obviously, we are pretty much, when this comes out, it should be day of the NBA All-Star Game, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
So wait, Sunday, right? Sunday?
Yep.
Yep. This should be coming out perfectly timed then, as both me and Caleb will be drafting our own sort of all-star teams to make this a little bit more interesting. Like we did for the NHL side of things, we will not be going into NBA 2K because that was going to be way too big of a pain in the ass to set up again. So we won't be doing that this time, but that's all right. We'll be able to live without it. But that'll mean that it'll be you guys having to decide who did better. Let us know and why Caleb's dumb, and let me win. This is going to be terrific.
I mean, you're currently 0-1 in these.
That's true. You did beat me last time. This is my time. This is my chance to tie things up. I guess, kind of. Although
I mean,
I'm game.
I clearly know so much about basketball.
That's true. That's true.
Nobody could ever call us casuals.
Yeah, never once has anybody called us casuals when it comes to the NBA. I guess we have to decide who's drafting first. Who drafted first for the NHL? Was that you or me?
Great.
Oh, you got McDavid, so probably you.
I got McDavid. Yeah, okay. You want to go first for this one?
Am I go? Okay, sure. I mean, I'll go first. I'll happily. Well, I mean, there's a. I guess there's not an immediate first pick, but there's one person that sticks out right away to me, that I will immediately take, and that is your boy Nikola Jokic. I will immediately take.
That's what I figured.
Although I'm showing off how scuffed this is going to be.
Lorem Ipsum MVP.
You're not seeing this. This is... Shut up. Whoa. Throw like smoke on the screen. Make it all flashy. Wow. Holy smokes. Jokic's name just appeared there? How did he do that?
Not
my
sixth
not
man?
my sixth. Center. I should put him point guard.
I'm okay
I'll
with that.
I'll put him point guard. Fair.
All right. Well, that's probably who I would have taken if I.
Yeah, it's kind of the obvious pick right off the jump.
It is, especially since we talked about this before the podcast, but I can't match you with Embiid at center because he's injured.
Yeah, we will not be taking anybody who is hurt.
So that kind of already feels like a bit of a mismatch in that kind of department. So I feel like I am starting off on a bad foot. I'm gonna kind of switch gears though. I'm gonna go with my small forward as I'm just gonna put Luka because I think especially
that's who I was hoping I'd be
recently.
Yeah, no, that is very fair.
I'm not gonna give you Luka. I'm just gonna take him off the board right now.
I wanted my Europeans, but I guess I'm not gonna get them.
No, I don't. I wasn't gonna leave that for you. There's no chance in hell.
Yeah, that's fair. I think I still get the chance to match up my Europeans though, because I'm gonna take a different. I'm gonna take my other boy, and that is Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, that doesn't shock me either.
Yep. So right off the bat, we got our 4 and 5 figured out. Giannis and Jokic down in the paint.
That's a pretty crazy duo. That's not something I'm necessarily looking forward to having to go against. See, this is where it gets tough for me because it's really upsetting to me that Embiid is out because I think if I could get Embiid, those matchups would be pretty balanced because I feel like at this point you got to say those 4 are the best 4 in the league. And would I be crazy to say that?
No, I don't think you'd be crazy to say that. I think you'd get some arguments, but I don't think you'd be crazy to say it.
Yeah, with anything I'm gonna get some arguments, but I feel like that's, man, I don't know what I want to. I don't know where I want to go with this next. I'm gonna go. Oh, this is tough. I'm gonna go. Shit.
It's tough.
I don't love my.
Well, once you get out the top
don't love
four,
my
there's not a
offense.
lot of mistakes you can make. I think because there's a lot of
No.
players who are like on similar levels.
I'm gonna go Dame and put him at shooting guard.
Wow, that's a bit of a
Yeah.
shocking pick. Or no, that's not what I was gonna do. Ignore this. Again, smoke on the screen. Smoke on the screen. Oh my gosh! Look out your
I
window.
don't-
Holy smokes! Did you see that? Did you see the distraction? Wow! Wow! Did you see it? Oh my gosh! I'm putting.
I don't know.
Oh no, I do know how to
have
spell Lillard.
I have a vision.
You have a vision.
I felt like there was other players that potentially could have wanted more, but I don't know if you're gonna grab them. I was a little bit more worried about you grabbing Dame, so I'm gonna leave it there.
Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is probably that's not the direction I thought you were gonna go, to be honest.
No.
I think I'm gonna just right off the bat take a Laker, and
You taking LeBron?
I'm taking LeBron. I feel
Okay.
like at this point, he's the pretty easy. Or not easy, but he's always a safe pick. I don't know if I want him point guard or small forward, but I think for now I'll put him small forward.
All right. I'm okay with that. I feel like I'm at the point where I mean, I know you're a Lakers fan. I know you love LeBron.
Yeah, after
so
all, my love of LeBron is well known.
yeah. I figured I'd give him to you, and I don't know I know he's still great, but
He's still very
with how old he is, I kind of wanted to go a little bit younger with my team, and with that I kind of like I think I'm gonna hit my point guard next.
Okay.
And I think this one. Oh, do I want to do that though? Oh man, like these choices are getting tough. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna hit you with a Tyrese Halliburton.
Oh, wow!
Yeah,
I
for
like
my
that
point guard.
pick. I like that
And
pick.
I just think that he's been ripping it up this year. Like in
I
terms
hope
of
I
like,
spelled that right.
I don't know if I'm not gonna tip my hand as to who I was debating with between him and this other guy, because obviously you still have a chance to take him. But that will probably be revealed later whenever he gets taken. So just know that it was between this guy and another guy, and I just feel like he's been like, just with how well Indiana's been playing and how well he's been playing. I felt like it was in terms of an All-Star game roster for this season, I felt like it was a good pick. Also, I don't know if you saw this, but you see the shit where he like threw it off the backboard from the 3-point line, caught it again, and then dished it out to Siakam.
I did it, but that
for
sounds
free?
awesome. All right, with that figured out, I think where I'm gonna go, I've been mulling. Because of some technical difficulties, I think that gave me a bit more time to think up my decision
Cheating.
a bit more. I think that I'm gonna go with who I think you were fighting in your head with Halliburton in Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That
think
was.
I think that's the pretty obvious pick, at least to me. I like the idea. The nice thing that I like about him is, depending on who I can get in the next little bit, he can kind of slide in at shooting guard or point guard. He's good at both. I think for now I'll slide him at point guard, but we'll see how things go.
That was absolutely who I was fighting against in my head.
Yeah.
I feel like Halliburton, I feel like Shai might be a better player overall, but I feel like Halliburton has had a better season. That's kind of where I'm like.
Yeah, and I don't
That's
know if
kinda-
I disagree
it's
with
a
that.
very-
Although I will
very
say
slight distinction between
they
the
are
two.
close enough that I was very much kind of the opinion of, I'll just take whichever one you don't.
Yeah.
I
no,
was
that's
happy.
fair.
I was happy to take whoever there. But anyway, back over to your pick. You've got two bigs to fill in to try and fight Giannis and Jokic.
Oh God, this is where my lineup falls apart, I think.
I don't know why this was on my desk, but I've just been playing with this like basketball pump thing. I don't know why I have this, but I've just like I've been fiddling with it. I hope it has not been making noise.
Okay, I'm gonna go with. I think for my power forward, he's a little bit. I think he's a little bit. I thought at least that he was a little bit over the hill, but I think he's had a really strong season this year, and his team has been doing a lot better. And I mean, if he plays up to what he can be, then this will be a fantastic pick. But I'm gonna take a shot on Kawhi.
Kawhi. Wow. Okay. Okay.
Give me Kawhi.
Okay. I don't know if I see the vision, but I certainly see you. I see you making moves, and you know they're being made. And
Okay, can I like can I justify like I don't know if you've seen the run the Clippers were on recently.
I guess.
Um,
I guess.
but
That's true.
they were doing fantastic, and a lot of that was because Kawhi was playing.
I mean, you could not have chosen a better defensive player to guard Giannis, I guess.
And that's kind of what I'm thinking too,
Yeah.
right? Is that like that's kind of what my team is missing.
That's
And
true. You have a
out of
lot of
everybody-
offense,
out of
not a
everybody
lot of
who's left-
defense.
Out of everybody who's left, if I'm gonna get somebody who's great on the defensive side of the ball, I'm getting Kawhi. It's not like I'm probably not getting Pete Kawhi, but he's been playing really well as of recently. So I'm more than okay with that.
Yeah, and I can respect that as well. I think for my next pick, I'm going to be obvious pick is to fill that shooting guard role. I think it just depends on who I want in the spot. And that is where I'm a little bit on the fence here. You know what? I'll go the younger of the two. I'll go the younger of the two. I'm gonna take Jason Tatum here. Oh, I keep doing that.
Okay.
I think that obviously I think he's a type of guy who can slide in shooting guard, small forward, even power forward potentially if you really need him in that spot. I am gonna put him shooting guard because I'm just looking at the size of the rest of my lineup and going, yeah, that probably makes the most sense. And that means that Shea will be locked in at point guard for me, which I don't really have any issues with either.
Yeah. Oh boy, now I have to choose a center.
Yes, you do. There is
Because I'm wishing for him.
there is an obvious one, at least to me.
This is where my basketball knowledge
And that's
fades.
Julius
And I'm
Randle.
Yeah. 'Cause I'm looking at. Yeah. I think I'll go with. I think this is what you're talking about. I think I'll go Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah.
It
There
felt like the more
are
obvious one. I was trying to. I was seeing if I could like go younger, hit like a Banchero from the Magic, but
yeah.
this feels like it's a lot safer pick.
No, I don't think that's a close pick either. That's not even who I was thinking. Like, just skill for skill. I don't know how good of a season Banchero is having, but Adebayo, I guess, if you had said that, I would have been like, okay, you're adding defense. I kind of understand that. But, like, I think Cat is, like, head and shoulders at this point above the rest of the centers on this list. Not named
Yeah.
Embiid, obviously. But, obviously now we've got a chance to make our sixth. I think this is pretty obvious to me. I'm just going to take the guy I was kind of fighting in my head with over Tatum. I'm going to take Steph Curry.
Okay.
Whether or not I took him was going to determine whether or not Shea played point guard. Oh no. The whole world's on fire.
Oh, there we go. We're back.
God,
we're
this
back.
has been
We're back.
scuffed, huh? I'm going to take Curry as my sixth. I think that's probably best available type pick. I also think that out of all the
Yeah.
position groups I have, guards are probably the weakest. Not to say anything, not that that's anything against Shea or Tatum. I just think that, yeah, I kind of like I like having Curry. I like having the fact that I think I could pretty much slide him in at shooting guard, point guard, next to either Shea or Tatum. I have no issue with that. I think that just shows the balance of the lineup, which is important.
Yeah. For my last pick, I'm just going to say fuck it and go for who I think is the best player left in terms of at least like having a great season on a great team and is overall a great player and has been really is a young guy who's been continually improving. I'm going to go Anthony Edwards
Okay.
from the Timberwolves on this one.
I think the surprising thing is that Durant somehow stayed on the board for this entire thing between the two of us. I thought at some point he'd get taken. I do like the Edwards.
I
pick,
mean,
though.
I was going to. That was kind of gonna be. That was my initial instinct, but I feel like at this point in his career, Anthony Edwards gives me a
That's
little
fair.
bit more.
That's fair. And that'll do it. Those are our picks. It is Shea, Tatum, LeBron, Giannis, and Jokic with Curry coming in off the bench for me. Halliburton, Lillard, Doncic, Kawhi Leonard, Kat, and Edwards for Caleb. I like my team here. I like my team a lot. My team's a lot older, but I like it.
Yeah, I'm thinking like, I don't know. If I could swap out Cat for Embiid, I feel like this is a lot more balanced. Um,
Yeah,
But,
well, we can
yeah.
even here make it interesting. Go.
if Embiid was playing,
Like,
yeah. I feel like that would almost balance it out a little bit more.
I think so.
But I mean,
so like,
within the restraints of the exercise, because he's obviously not going to actually play in the All-Star game. I'm still okay with Cat, and I still think this team could match up. But Giannis and Jokic is like,
I don't
Is
believe
a
Kat
tough-
would do
it's
a
a
good
tough
job
matchup.
guarding Jokic, and I don't. Well, Leonard and Giannis is pretty decent, but like even then. Although then again, Doncic versus LeBron is a matchup I don't like either. So
yeah.
like there's a lot here. I think it is actually fairly even. Like I think both teams match up pretty well. I think we both went in two very different directions with our teams, which is very evident. I think I went with the more veteran, you know what you're gonna get out of them, while you definitely went younger, more basically across the board. I think if I had taken Curry
Yeah.
as my point guard, it would have fully solidified that veteran approach. But I think nonetheless,
Yeah.
I definitely built the 2019 All-Star team. You have built the future, and now we get to see what who the people thinks win. That was a sentence. Oh.